my favouriteest time of the year is here in Taiwan, and that is autumn. I've just got to say that autumn is my favouriteest time of the year. I don't know whether it's because I'm an autumn baby, I was born in the autumn, it just makes me feel alive. I just love this time of year. I just feel like I'm so full of energy and just so happy. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what I like to do in Taiwanese autumn time and why it's my favourite time of the year in Taiwan. I prefer Taiwanese autumn to English autumn. Just because in England the autumn is wonderful, it's cold and you feel cozy. But sometimes it's really cold. And in Taiwan, autumn is, I don't know, it's cold, but it's not to the extent where you feel absolutely freezing. It's just a nice cold, where you're still going to wear a scarf and you're still going to have a light jacket on, but it just seems like the perfect temperature. So it gets a little bit chilly at the night, but it's really nice. The only one thing I would just say is sometimes the odd hot day will just creep up on you in Taiwanese autumn. So you'd have a few days of 19, 20 degrees, and then all of a sudden you'll get a 32-degree day, which is called the autumn tiger, Chou Lao Hu. So you might think, oh my gosh, or 19, 20 degrees, that's really warm. But you got to think, Taiwan is a humid country, so it's going to feel a lot cooler. The one thing I do miss about the English autumns is the beautiful leaves on the trees. I mean, in Taiwan, as you can see here, it's middle of October and all the trees are mostly still green. We do have a few trees that you can see that have brown and yellows, but that's one thing I do miss about the UK is they're absolutely beautiful. Everywhere you go, the leaves are all different colours and they're always on the ground. And also, like, Taiwanese autumn is such a massive contrast. So a couple of weeks ago it was 32 degrees and then you'll get the next week it could be like 19, 20 degrees. So you really feel the contrast of summer, they flip into autumn. Whereas in England, it kind of just gets cold. So what do I like to do in Taiwanese autumn? Oh, there's so many things I like to do. What do I do during the autumn in Taiwan? The first thing I do is when the weather starts to change, I just love walking. I just get into walking, like, because it's not too hot, and also like, at night time especially, I just like to walk around maybe local parks, because in Taiwan there's loads of like local parks, and I like walk around the local parks and pretty areas, just in nature. And just to feel that breeze and just to feel the freshness of the air and like the chill in the air, I just absolutely love it. That's the first thing I'll do is I'll just get myself out walking, like after work, either by the river in Danshui or just in a nearby park. I just think it's just amazing. You just feel so cozy. And the second thing is I go to drink hot chocolate in Louisa. This is not a sponsored video for Louisa, but it's my favourite coffee shop. Hot chocolate always reminds me of autumn. Me and my mum, when I was a little girl, would go for long autumn walks and we'd look at all the beautiful trees, and we'd also pick up the leaves off the floor, go home and make like an autumn picture. We used to do that when I was quite young, and then we'd go home and we'd have a hot chocolate that she would make, or we'd go into our local town and get a hot chocolate. So hot chocolate really reminds me of autumn, and it brings me this warm feeling, this family feeling inside. So recently I'll go to a coffee shop. So on like autumn evenings, what I love about Taiwanese coffee shops is they're open till really late. So if I've been at work, I'll probably just go to a coffee shop, take a book, have my hot chocolate, look out the window and just get that lovely warm, like autumny feeling. Try and get a window seat because I just feel, oh wow, I just love looking outside in the autumn and just seeing the gloominess of the sky. And don't laugh at me, I love grey sky. I think it's because it reminds me of England. So this is my favourite sky of all. Like my favourite, like just coming, like when the sky gets really grey and it gets a little bit cold, I just love coming to the, river in Danshui, and just seeing like the grey sky. I don't know, I think maybe it reminds me of home because this kind of weather reminds me of England, but I don't know, it just makes me feel really cosy and just really happy. And the next thing I do is, I also do this in the winter as well, but I start to want to eat hot pot. I am not a hot pot lover in the summer. I know people say they've got the aircon on, it's fine, but no, it's not the same, because when you come out of the hot pot shop, your body's still warm, and I don't like that in the summer. So when this weather starts to get like this, I'm straight in the hot pot shops. And I'll go for ones like, you know, yang rou lu, or ones that have got like ginger in them, ones that are going to give you that nice warm feeling after you've finished. So yeah, I normally like to go to hot pots at this time of the year. Something that's like a really warming food, because I'm the kind of person in the summer that likes to eat salads and not like really hot stews and things like that. So I'm really into like braised pork, rice, and like more Chinese medicine soups and things this time of the year. Okay, so the next thing I do is at home I'll put rugs on the floor, because I can never get used to Taiwanese floors being so cold in the autumn and the winter. And also I'm really not used to wearing like the flip-flops in the house. Yes, I wear slippers, but I also think that having a carpet at home is so much nicer. When you just get home, it just feels like so much better on your feet. So I have a rug that I always bring out in the autumn at home, and I'll just put that on my floor. And then it just, I don't know, it just seems to warm the house, and also I just miss carpets so much. Of course in Taiwan, you can't have carpets really, because in the summer months it'll be mouldy, you know. But that's one thing I do miss. I just love to be barefoot and walking on the like the rug. It just gives me like a really warm, like autumny, wintry feeling. Okay, so the next thing that this time of the year, I think I'm quite traditional still in my tastes of home. I just want to eat apples, like cooked apples, and I want to eat cinnamon, and I want to eat nutmeg, and I want to eat pumpkin, and I want to eat toffee, all the kind of like foods that we eat back home in the autumn, and I really crave them. It's like the weather turns like this, it's like my brain is like toffee, apples. Recently I've made an apple crumble at英国奶奶, and I've started selling it, so you guys are welcome to come and try it. It's like one of my favourite desserts. It's just like stewed apples and you know, fruits, and then topped with like crumble. Oh, it's amazing. So you're very welcome to come along and try that on these autumny days. Bought some tea from Carrefour as well, there's apple and cinnamon. So this kind of stuff that I really just, I think it's just inbuilt in my brain. The weather's like this, I want apple crumble, I want cinnamon. So thank you so much for watching my video today. Just a really simple sharing of what I do in Taiwan in the autumn. Because obviously it's different to back home, but there's still things that I really do here that I really enjoy. So you can let me know, do you guys like the autumn? And what do you like about it, or what's your favourite season? Or are there things in Taiwan that you will tend to do during these months that I've missed, that you could also let me know? If you haven't already, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's Amy英国奶奶. Or you can check out my 2 restaurants. I have one in Danshui and I have one in Xinyi. And we're also open in department stores, and we're on Shopee, and we also have a new website, www.britshake.com. Check it out, we have loads of homemade British desserts, British foods. You don't have to fly all the way to England, especially with the current situation. Thank you very much again, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.